Imagine standing before a temple so ancient, its stones seem to hum with secrets. You run your fingers over massive footprints, carved into the rock, each one longer than your arm, too big for any human. These aren't just ruins. They're echoes of a world where giants might have walked, where myths feel real, and where the past begs to be heard. The Bible whispers of these beings, Nephilim, Rephaim, towering figures born of divine and human blood. From Syria to Israel to Lebanon, ancient sites like Ain Dara, Gath, Og's Bed, the Wheel of Giants, and Baalbek hold clues to their story. Join me on an emotional journey through time, where stones speak of faith, mystery, and a world we can barely imagine. Let's step into the shadows of giants. Ain Dara, footprints of the divine. Picture a hill in Syria, covered in olive trees, hiding a secret for 3,000 years. Around 1300 BC, the Seroites built the Ain Dara temple, a place of mud bricks and basalt, guarded by fierce stone lions and sphinx. Forgotten until 1955, when a farmer found a massive lion buried in the dirt. This temple stunned archaeologists. It wasn't just a shrine, it mirrored Solomon's temple, with the same sacred layout, the same grand stairway, the same holy inner chamber. But what stopped everyone in their tracks were the footprints. 3 feet long, carved deep into the stone. One footprint welcomes you at the entrance. Another waits 30 feet away, as if something massive strode forward. A third rests before the Holy of Holies, the heart of the temple. No human could make those steps. Were they carved to honor a god like Balhada, the storm deity, or Ishtar, goddess of lions? Or do they echo the Nephilim, the giants of Genesis, born of gods and mortals? To the ancients, these weren't just carvings. They were proof something sacred, something enormous, walked here. But the story turns heartbreaking. In 2018, war destroyed Ain Dara, leaving only rubble and memories. The stone lion that sparked its discovery was stolen. All that remains are photos and those impossible footprints, whispering questions we may never answer. Who left these marks? A god? A giant? Or a truth lost to time? Standing in their shadow, you feel the weight of a sacred place, now a ghost of its former glory. The Goliath gates, a city too big to fall. Now let's walk through a gate so massive, it feels like it could hold back an army. In southern Israel, at Tel Safi, archaeologists uncovered Gath, the biblical home of Goliath, the giant David defeated. Built in the 11th century BC, right in David's time, Gath's gate is a monster, 13 feet thick, with stones 6 feet wide, guarding a city twice as big as ancient Jerusalem. Its mud brick walls, perfectly plastered, rose from deep trenches, surrounded by iron forges, temples, and war rooms. This wasn't just a city, it was a fortress built for giants. Goliath stood nearly 8 feet tall, the Bible says. But archaeologist Jeffrey Chadwick wonders if his height was a metaphor for Gath's massive walls, measured to match his stature. No giant bones were found, but a pottery shard with names close to Goliath sent chills down spines. The Philistines, Gath's people, carried DNA from ancient Greece, their stonework echoing the Cyclopean walls of Mycenae, so huge the Greeks thought one-eyed giants built them. When King Hazael burned Gath to the ground in 830 BC, its gates fell silent until now. Standing before them, you can't help but wonder, was Goliath real? Or was he the spirit of the city that refused to break? The bed of Og, a giant's final rest. Travel now to Bashan, in modern-day Syria and Jordan, where legends speak of Og, a king so massive, his bed was 13 feet long and 6 feet wide. The Bible calls him the last of the Rephaim, a race of giant warrior kings tied to the underworld. Og ruled 60 walled cities, his power unmatched until Moses and the Israelites defeated him, erasing his people. All that remained was his bed, a slab of iron too big for any mortal. In 1918, Near Haman, archaeologist Gustav Dahlmann found a dolmen tomb, a stone structure matching Og's bed, big enough for a 13-foot giant. Thousands of these tombs dot Bashan, their capstones heavier than Stonehenge's, some over 50 tons. Who built them? Were they graves for a forgotten cult, honoring the dead with monuments? Or did the Rephaim themselves, kings turned divine ancestors, rest here? The stones stand silent, but their size screams of a world where giants ruled. Touching them, you feel the weight of a lost kingdom, its stories buried beneath the earth. The Wheel of Giants, a circle of secrets. High in the Golan Heights, a mystery sprawls across the plains. From the ground, it's just scattered basalt stones. But from the sky, it's a masterpiece, 5 perfect circles, 500 feet wide, built from 40,000 tons of rock. Called Gilgal Rephaim, the Wheel of Giants. It dates to 3000 BC or older, one of the Near East's oldest structures. Its walls rise 8 feet, a burial cairn at its center, like a heartbeat frozen in time. No homes, no tools, no clues, just stones, perfectly placed. Was it a place for sky burials, where vultures carried souls away? A marker for ancient solstices, or something stranger? The Bible links the Rephaim to giants, feared and revered. Did they build this wheel as a tomb, a throne, or a message to the heavens? Its name, Wheel of Giants, feels like a clue we can't quite crack. Standing in its shadow, you feel small, as if the stones are watching, guarding a truth we've forgotten. The Nimrod Stones, a temple beyond imagination. Finally, let's stand in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley, where night falls over Baalbek's ruins. Here, the Trilithon 3 stones, each heavier than a jumbo jet, forms the base of a temple that feels impossible. The Romans built their grand Jupiter temple here, but the platform beneath is older. It's 750-ton blocks, hauled half a mile from a quarry. Nearby, the stone of the pregnant woman, 1,000 tons, lies abandoned. Another, found in 2014, weighs 1,650 tons, still clinging to the earth. Legends say Nimrod, Noah's great-grandson, a mighty hunter, sent giants to build Baalbek to rival the Tower of Babel. Others claim Cain hid here from God, or Solomon used genies to craft it for the Queen of Sheba. In 1860, David Urquhart stood before these stones, his mind paralyzed by their scale. Modern engineers suggest winches and rollers, but why build with megaton stones in a remote valley? Was it a temple for gods, a challenge to the heavens, or something we'll never understand? Touching these stones, you feel the pulse of a world where the impossible was real. Echoes of a lost world. These places Ain Dara's footprints, Gath's gates, Og's bed, the Wheel of Giants, Baalbek's stones are more than ruins. They're whispers of a time when giants walked, when mortals built to touch the divine. Were they Nephilim, gods, or humans with dreams too big for their world? Each site feels like a piece of a puzzle, daring us to ask, who were these giants, and why do their stories still haunt us? The stones don't speak, but they pull us in, stirring our hearts with wonder and questions that echo through time. Which of these mysteries speaks to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. If this journey sparked your curiosity, hit subscribe and join us to uncover more secrets of the past. These ancient wonders remind us, when we chase the impossible, we leave footprints that last forever. Thanks for watching. Let's keep searching for the truth together.